So the breathing space practice is something that comes from an approach called mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, and Mark Williams developed this practice. And it's a way of creating literally some breathing space for yourself. So I'd like you to think of a feather, and very few people are afraid of a feather. So it wouldn't stress you out if there was a feather lying on the floor in the room that you were finding yourself in, or on the lawn. But if someone took that feather and put it under your nose and irritated you with it by tickling your nose, you'd find that feather almost unbearable to tolerate. And so we find that what stress does is it causes what we call hyperfocus. All of our focus goes into the experience of stress, or the stress itself, and we have no space for anything else. So we hear people when they're under a lot of stress, they say, I just need some breathing space. And so this exercise talks to and speaks to that idea of breathing space. So what I'd like you to do as we go through this exercise, which won't take much more than a few minutes, is to perhaps bring to mind a situation that is troubling you, that's causing you some stress. And I'm going to take you through the practice. You can close your eyes and join me through this practice. And so bringing to mind a situation that causes you some stress, that you're grappling with, that maybe it comes into your thoughts and causes some physical stress and tension. So bring to mind something that you might be struggling with. And our first step in working with this is simply noticing. When I think of this situation, what happens in my body? Am I able to notice any tension, any unusual feelings? Am I able to become aware of any emotions or deeper feelings or thoughts around the situation? So tuning in for a moment and noticing any thoughts, feelings, what kind of inner dialogue comes to your awareness when you consider the stressful situation. So we start by checking in with our bodies, our minds, our emotions. And we look at what is there with a very impartial gaze. We're just noticing. So inviting you to simply pay attention to how this situation impacts and what you're able to become aware of, and allowing all of that to be there. So we're not trying to change it or do anything with it. And with it being there, realizing that we can shift our attention to any place we choose. And I'd like to invite you to bring your attention to your breath. So we're all breathing without even having to think about it. So allowing your attention now to simply follow your breath in and out of your body. So noticing your breath entering your nostrils and moving down the back of the throat, expanding and pushing into the lungs, moving the rib cage and even your shoulders, moving a little with each breath, noticing that your tummy might push out and fall back with each breath. And regardless of any thoughts, feelings, sensations that come into your awareness, simply allowing them to be there, but noticing the breath. And it's like your attention is riding that wave of breath into your body, and even just resting on the breath and following the breath in and out. Noticing what breathing feels like for you. And then with each breath, allowing each breath as it comes into your body to help you to expand your sense of awareness. So with each breath, imagining that you're pushing your awareness to extend even further to the left and to the right, to the front and to the back, above and below your body. Almost expanding your sense of awareness. It's like if you were thinking about your hearing, you're trying to hear the sound that's the furthest away. So each breath allowing you to expand a sense of awareness to the front, to the back, to the left, to the right, above and below. Each breath getting a sense of this expansion, allowing that sense of expansiveness to develop and increase with each breath in and out. So with each breath in, expanding. Again, not trying to shut any thoughts or feelings down, but simply pushing the awareness outward. Maintaining an awareness of the breath. And getting a sense of that expansiveness. Allowing your awareness to really go as far as you can imagine. And that idea of trying to listen for the sound that is the furthest away. And the breath flowing very comfortably in and out. And what I'd like to invite you to do is, from this perspective, bringing that very challenging or stressful situation to mind again. And noticing what it feels like from this perspective. Noticing its gravity or its way that it shows up now that you're observing it from somewhat of a different sense within yourself. So taking a moment to get a feel of that. And then reconnecting with your breath and perhaps taking a nice deeper breath in. Exhaling comfortably, feeling your feet on the ground. If you're sitting on a chair, your bottom on the seat. Noticing your hands where they may be in your lap. Perhaps you're lying on the floor listening to this. Feeling your body where it's making contact with any other surface. And opening your eyes when you're ready. And just noticing how you feel, noticing how your body feels, noticing how your mind feels. So that's the breathing space.